nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hello. Good evening. Good evening, Joe. Good evening. How are you? Go through.
Oh, hello. Good evening.
How nice of you to look in. Welcome and a very Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, come on in. We've been wondering where you got to.
Yes, quite.
Still, you're here now. I'm afraid we can't introduce you to the others, but the house is so crowded you'll soon get to know everybody.
Oh, yes, intimately, I should think. We're playing sardines later on.
Oh, are we really?
Oh, yes.
I'm rather good at that.
Oh, really?
Yes, well, very few people can get into those tins, you know.
No, quite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, come on.
Do go through. They're having a bit of a dance at the moment. I think you'll enjoy. Reverend Took. How nice to see you. There you are. That was pretty damn good, wasn't it? I hope you joined in, did you? That's the idea. I say, have a drink, old chap. Come on.
By Jove, I need it.
Yes. You were dancing, weren't you?
Yes, I was out there with the rest of them.
Yes, I thought I couldn't see you.
I've been looking for you. Were you on the floor?
Several times, yes. By Jove, it was hell out there. Mind you, of course, I was dancing with Mrs. Bull.
Mrs. Bull? I don't think I know the woman.
Yes, you do. 6 foot tall, built like the side of a house, with an enormous veranda and welcome on the mat.
Very low-cut lace curtains.
Always hanging out of the window trying to catch her eye.
Yeah. Yes, I know the woman, yes. Husband's got a small holding.
Has he?
Yes. Yes, on the estate, yes. She must have been damn difficult to cope with, what?
Well, she was. I say, what with her size?
Yes.
I didn't know where to look for the best. Somebody suddenly pushed me in the back. I thought I'd gone deaf for a moment.
Yes, I get the picture, yes. I say, how did you manage to get rid of her, old chap?
Well, fortunately, she went in search of refreshment. She said if I joined her later, she'd have a nice blancmange waiting for me.
I think you'll be safer here, old chap, yes. Talking of nice blancmanges, I would like to introduce the lady on my left, Ethel, my nearest and dearest. The dear girl who's been my helpmate and comforter and who, since the death of my horse, has been the sole object of my love and affection. She has stuck to me through thick and thin. Lately, I fear, mostly thick. But a man who marries late in life needs a girl of Ethel's qualities to support him in his declining years. I drink to Ethel, a girl in a million. The wife's knocking about here somewhere as well. I didn't know.
I'll look for her on your behalf.
No, what's the point? You wouldn't know what to do with her when you found her. I mean, she's not much good for anything, except for frightening sheep. Very good at that. Yes. Excuse me, what's going on? Just a minute, excuse me. What do you want, my dear old thing? What? What? Someone's what? Someone's pinched your what? In the where? Well, are you sure it wasn't just an ordinary goose, old thing? Oh, I suppose you'd know, yes, big girl like you. Well, I say, this is damn serious, isn't it? Don't tell the chef whatever you do, what?
What is this? What's occurred?
Well, excuse us a moment, would you? Come up here, will you? What?
Someone's pinched her what?
Well, I think...
In the what? You sure it's just not an ordinary goose? Well, she ought to know. Well, in fact, I know she knows.
How do you know?
She boils my eggs for me. This is damn serious.
It is.
Ought we to tell the others?
I think we jolly well better, yes. I'm afraid we've had a bit of bad news. Someone has pinched the turkey.
Tomorrow's dinner, up the spout.
Down the drain.
Out the window. Now, all this may sound rather trivial, but the point is, it was no ordinary turkey. It was enormous.
Yes, weighed nearly 100 weight.
Is specially bred on this very estate in honor of these very Christmas festivities.
There's more meat on it than any bird you've ever seen.
Except that woman I was dancing with.
Good. Yes, excluding her, naturally, a fearsome creature.
Yes, she was, wasn't she? Boom, boom.
No, the turkey.
Where?
The chef was waiting to stuff it.
Oh, the turkey?
Yeah. Just in time, yes.
Yeah.
Bred specially to feed 50 people. I mean, think of those people all sitting down to Christmas dinner tomorrow.
Everyone wanting a leg.
Yes. And no turkey. I mean, think of those 6 kitchen maids, specially brought over from Paris for the occasion.
Think of the chef.
What?
Think of the chef.
Oh, sorry, I was still thinking of the kitchen maids. But I mean, that chef, he'll go mad.
Mind you, he is mad.
Oh, he is mad, yes, I know, but he'll be down in the kitchen this very moment, happy as a sandboy, you see. Having got tonight's little repast out of the way, he's beginning to get into serious training for the main event tomorrow. He's probably downstairs at this very moment, juggling with some little trifle or other. I say, lucky you sneaked out, old chap, you know. I mean, that blancmange woman's been past here twice, asking where she could get hold of you. Yeah. I told her to try everywhere.
Well, she already did that during the last dance. No, I wasn't actually hiding, but I've been making arrangements to solve the turkey mystery, and on your behalf, I have sent a telegram to London.
Whatever for, old chap?
To engage the services of a certain detective and his assistant. A man who, though almost totally unknown, will one day become world famous. A household name throughout Britain.
I say, it's not that chap I've been reading about lately in the Strand magazine, is it? Not that, what's his name, Warlock? Shylock something or other. Shylock Houses.
You mean Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes?
No, not Sherlock Holmes, no. No, you see. Piggy Malone. Piggy Malone. And his assistant, Charlie Farley. Who did I hear you say? Who? Well, you may say that. You may not have heard of them as yet, but I am told they are behind very many lurid criminal cases.
Are they really?
Yes. Chief.
Come in, nurse, put it on the bed.
Oh, it's you, Charlie. What do you want?
Excuse me, Chief, you busy?
Yeah, trying to get some sleep. You know, I didn't get a wink of sleep all day yesterday, you know.
Well, you slept all night, though.
It's not the same, is it?
What is it?
What's that, telegram?
A telegram.
Where's it from?
From the post office.
Oh, really?
They need our help.
Well, they done lost a stamp.
They don't actually need our help. It's Hampton Grange. They've asked the post office to even get in touch with us. It's clever, isn't it, eh?
Didn't you know about telegrams?
No. Whatever will they think of next?
Putting the price up, probably. Read it out.
All right. Prize fat turkey stolen. Nothing to feed 50 guests on for Christmas dinner. How about you coming down?
I think that's very funny. I'm sure you read that out, right?
If you solve the mystery, we will pay you well, and your assistant can spend the night with Lady Hampton.
Hey?
And my best wishes, Sir Giles Stop.
Sir Giles who?
Sir Giles Stop.
Oh, give it here. If you solve the mystery, we will pay you well, and your assistant, stop, can spend the night, stop, with Lady Hampton and my best wishes, Sir Giles, stop.
Never mind, it's worth going, isn't it? It's better than spending Christmas at Edna's. 2 shriveled up mince pies and lucky to see any custard.
Well, she's your sister.
No, she's not.
Hey?
I thought she was your sister.
She's not my sister.
Oh, well, that settles it then. Off to the country, eh? Lovely big country house. All the trimmings. This, that, and the other.
What do you mean, this, that, and the other?
Well, a bite of this, a drink of that.
No, I don't want you going. Remember what I promised your mum? Anyway, we can't go.
Why not?
I've got to stay and look after Harry's pigeons.
What, next door, you mean?
Yeah, he's gone away for Christmas, and he wants me to let him out.
Well, let them out then. Shut the cage. They'll be all right. Come on, off to the country. This lovely, rich country house. Think of all the beautiful women that must be there with the low-cut dresses and their eyes are shining.
No, it's no good. We're not going.
Think of all the drink and the fat cigars.
I said we're not going.
Think of all the food. I'll slip a few things in the bag and send a reply to let them know that we're coming. We must leave at once.
Right. I'm not stealing these birds. I'm just looking after them for a friend. Yes, he asked me to keep them shut in and to let them out every day during the night. I'm an international detective, P.G. Malone.
It's me, Chief.
Hey?
No, did you?
Oh, he's good, isn't he? It's very good, that. Yeah, where'd you get that?
From a joke shop. It's a disguise set. Just what we need for our trip to the country.
Yeah. You got one for me and all?
Not a beard, no, there was only one. But I got something just as good. Come on, wait till you get in the cab. Come on, come on. That suits you, Chief. No one will know you at Hampton Grange.
Nobody knows me anyway. We were all gone.
Excuse me.
Yes? Oh, sir. I think it's a
No,
ladies' excursion.
no. They're coming.
Who?
The detectives. They're on their way here by cab, and they should be here in 3 hours.
Oh, that's marvellous. The detectives are on their way, everyone. That's marvellous, isn't it? What? Well, until then, I suggest we forget all about it. After all, it's only a damn turkey, isn't it?
Right.
I wonder who the swine was who pinched it.
I thought you said you were going to forget all about it.
So I did. Anyway, I'm just about to announce a little entertainment.
Oh, yes, lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honoured to have in our midst tonight that charming and talented actress, that darling of the music hall, Miss Cheryl Kennedy. Oh. Yeah, she has agreed to give us her famous portrayal of a young urchin boy of the London streets in a monologue entitled Christmas Bells. Damn good.
Hear the bells a ringing, Bill? That's 'cause it's Christmas Eve. But it ain't for you and me as there's a ringing. When we is cold and hungry, Bill, it's hard to make believe as we can hear the happy angels singing. If we'd a bed to sleep in and could get a bit to eat, then bells of angels' voices might remind us. But not when you're the doss, Bill, in the cold and cruel street where the bobby's nearly always sure to find us. Oh, it's dreadful hard on you, Bill, 'cause you're such a little kid what didn't all know a bit of sorrow, and wouldn't if them Christian folks as do as they was bid by him whose birthday's gonna be tomorrow. But it was him what said, let little children come to me, and meaning just such little coves as you, Bill. But I ain't got no chance, 'cause I'm 14, you see. And I told you, as I knows a thing or two, Bill. You can't sell evening papers so to get a bit to eat, like I done since the time as I was 7, without a picking up enough of badness in the street to leave no earthly chance to get to heaven. Them coves what comes around with tracks sum me up a treat. I'm an outcast, little even, poor lost sinner. Perhaps they'd been the same if they'd been brought up in the street and hardly ever had no proper dinner. But, Bill, when you and me is dead, I'll come along with you, and you shall introduce me as your brother. And him who knows what sorrow is sure to let me through. 'Cause why? We've been such pals to one another. Ain't we, Bill?
Come in.
Ah, there you are, Ronald, dear.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Featherstone.
This is my niece, Emma, from Shropshire. Do you remember her? You used to love playing with her toys when you were a lad.
Really?
You must remember.
Yes, I remember her toys. How lovely to see you again, Emma.
Thank you, Ronald. What a charming house. I'll leave you two alone together. I know you've got lots to discuss.
Thank you. Do sit down, Emma.
Oh, thank you.
You've got a much bigger girl since I saw you last.
Yes.
It's a beautiful dress you're wearing. It's a delightful corsage. You're not cold, are you?
No.
No. You're not too hot, are you?
I'm quite comfortable, thank you.
Oh, good. Would you prefer to go and sit in the other room?
No.
You're sure?
Yes.
Would you like to sit here?
No.
Good. You would say.
I'm quite happy here. I don't want to move.
Oh, good. I know. I could move this chair over to here. Then we could sit side by side.
Good.
Or
what?
Or I could move that chair over here. Then you could either sit there, or where you are now, and it would not matter to me, shall I?
No.
Now you're angry.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
Oh, honestly?
Honestly.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
You're sure I'm not fussing you too much?
Yes, quite sure.
Ah, good. Perhaps you'd like a nice drink.
Well, that would be most welcome.
A glass of sherry?
Yes, please.
They're serving a delicious port.
Oh, well, then I'll have the port.
Right. Have the sherry if you'd rather.
No, I'll have the port.
Perhaps you'd just prefer something to eat.
No, thank you. Just the port.
Silly to drink port on an empty stomach.
I'll have the sherry, then.
The port's better. Now you are angry.
No, I'm not.
Would you like to go and sit back with your aunt?
No.
Shall I go back and sit with your aunt?
No.
Well, should either of us both go separately or together or not? It's up to you.
No.
Now you are angry.
No.
Would you like a seat?
No.
Shall I get another chair?
No.
A glass of sherry?
No.
A glass of port?
No.
Am I fussing you too much?
Yes.
God, I thought she'd never go.
My friends, or may I call you ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked to make a speech, but before I do, I'd just like to say a few words. Before I do that, I must feel you that I've had a few. Drinks, that is, not words. Mind you, quite a few words have passed my lips too in my time, and of course that's what life is all about, isn't it? Communication, the spoken word. Now, it is essential that we know what's going on, and indeed what isn't going on that should be. We must communicate with each other, and also with anyone else we happen to meet, because everyone, and by everyone I mean everybody, can, and in fact does, or if they don't at present, well, they very soon will, because, to be honest, everyone has to eventually. For, as we all know, and those who've had the experience will bear me out. And the sooner the better. In other words, we must try to regard the nation as a whole. And those who think it is one should get out and make room for the others. I mean, there's no room here for shirkers. This country has a great future behind it. I mean, have you ever wondered what we shall all be like in 100 years from now? Well, we'll be dead, thank you. We'll be dead. Yes, we'll be dead. Thank you, little Disraeli. I enjoy that. Dead and dizzy. We will be dead. But this land of ours, you'll see, will be a Garden of Eden. No, take my word for it. I mean, today, for instance, we have the penny post, but then they will have two posts. Oh, yes. A first-class post that doesn't get there the next day, and a second-class post that doesn't get there the day after. In 1974, there'll be a Channel tunnel. I mean, we shall understand our neighbours better. We won't say any more, Wogs begin at Calais. No. Say, Wogs begin at Dover. Transport, you see, will be quite different. We shall have 30-horsepower omnibuses, worked by only 2 men. One to drive and the other to clean up after the 30 horses. And there will be equality. Everyone will be given a chance. Yes. You 3 gardeners at the back there, listen well. By 1974, your great-grandsons could be men of power. Yes, you, Zebediah Heath. Yes. And old Diggory Wilson back there. Even you, Sambo Powell. Yes. I predict that many minority groups will seek the vote. Dogs, horses, even women. And I think horses will probably get it. As to women, that could lead to trouble. Mind you, I'm not denying that some women have a perfect right, but I mean, on the other hand, they've got an equally good left. And why? I mean, where do women get these ideas about wanting to wear the trousers? In my opinion, they should drop them completely and assume their rightful position bent over the sink. I mean, if that isn't proof of the pudding, if proof were needed, then I don't know who has. To sum up, you may drink to the girl with a face that's divine, to the girl with a figure that's wavy. You may drink to the girl from blue-blooded stock. You may drink below stairs with a slavey. You may drink to the girl who is one of the boys, who goes out with the army and navy. But here's to the girl who is both rich and old, to the girl with 1 foot in the gravy. Ladies and gentlemen, absent friends.
Well, did you find out why we stopped?
Cab driver's lost a leg.
I know that. I noticed it when we first got in. Wooden leg sticking straight out in front of him. I thought it was something you had to catch hold of when you got in the cab. I did, as a matter of fact.
What did he say?
Nothing. Just overbalanced and fell in the gutter. Anyway, I still don't see why we stopped. I mean, he's only just sitting up there, isn't he? Shouldn't matter if he has got a wooden leg.
No, he hasn't got one. He's lost it.
Huh?
He's lost it. The wooden leg.
Oh.
Said he was feeling a bit tired and he dropped off. Over his wooden leg. Wants us to go back and look for it. Come on, it can only be down the road.
I'm not crawling about in the dark feeling for cab drivers' legs.
Come on, Chief, otherwise we'll never get there, you know. He says he's not going another step without his leg.
I've a good mind to go back to Edna's.
Come on. Think of all those people standing about the Grange, all looking miserable. Poor souls. Well, I must say this is all going with a swing.
It certainly is. I said, what about these French maids? They're pretty hot stuff, aren't they? How would you like one of those for Christmas?
I bet they make pretty good stocking fillers.
Yes, I bet they do.
You never believe that there were so many things you could pick up in the dark that would feel like a cab driver's wooden leg. Still, we never found it.
Well, it was pitch dark out there, Chief. I mean, we should do better now that it's daylight.
Oh, no, it's gone, that's gone. Someone's had that. Some great peasant woman was warming her knees round a blazing wooden leg last night.
Well, never mind that. I'll have another look. Chief, we've got another surprise for you.
Huh?
Remember Harry's home in Pigeons?
Yeah?
Well, they're not at home.
What?
Look up there.
Holidays here.
Very loyal, aren't they?
All I did was let them out.
Well, they're waiting to be let in again now.
Well, they've got a damn long wait coming, that's all I can say.
Talking about long waits, have you seen anything with the cab driver this morning or heard him?
Huh?
Gabby! 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 Nowhere in sight. Vanished.
Well, he can't have gone far. He hasn't got his leg.
Well, leg or no leg, he's disappeared.
You know what he's done, don't you?
What?
He's upped it.
Good morning.
Morning. Feeling better, are you?
It was a bit of a rough night, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
My dear, there's nothing to bring you around like a nice cup of coffee and a peep at the morning paper.
No, exactly. What have you got there, what?
I've got the Berkshire Bugle here.
Oh, heaven, that's damn good, that is. I've got the Hertfordshire Herald. I love these local papers, you know, don't you?
Yes, much more interesting, aren't they, really?
Yes.
Listen to this. Lonely lady, 43, with little dog, seeks post.
Yes. I've got one here. The Southern Railway Company announced today that they are to name their great London terminus after Britain's most beloved queen.
Really?
Yes. It's to be called the Oscar Wilde Central.
Oh, look, what's it? Listen to this. An Irishman was found wandering in East London late last night with his Wellingtons full of water. This is the first recorded case of brainwashing.
Here's a good one here. Sir Thomas Inglenook, Governor of Australia, died yesterday from eating kangaroo meat. He was buried this morning at Westminster Abbey, and again at midday, and this afternoon again. What a bounder. Yes.
From the... What's it? Oh, yes, it is. From the northwest frontier, we hear that General Wolseley has successfully stopped an Indian rising.
Yeah.
He hid his alarm clock.
Oh, here's one. Look, at Lewis Assizes today, Mrs. Sarah Dalrymple admitted murdering her husband, but she asked for mercy on the grounds that she was a widow.
In Beaconsfield, a woman who got carried away last April during a game of postman's knock has just had a special delivery.
I say, talking of postman's knock, weren't you going to find that book on party games in the library?
Oh, yes, for tonight.
Yes.
Yes, I was. I wonder if it's got Postman's 20 questions in it.
What's that one?
Well, you know, the gentleman takes a lady of his choice to a secluded part of the house, you see, and asks her 20 questions.
Yeah.
If, of course, the answer to the first one is yes, he doesn't have to bother with the other 90.
Sounds fun, that.
Yes.
Yes. I see, we might play the whiskey game later on, too. Do you know that one, the whiskey game? Everybody sits around and drinks a bottle of whiskey each. And then someone goes out of the room, and you have to try and guess who it is. Then you all drink another bottle of whiskey each, and you have to try and guess who you are. Look, do excuse me, won't you? You carry on having your breakfast. I'm going to go downstairs and see the chef. Heaven knows what we're going to give the guests for Christmas dinner. Tell you what, when you've finished, why not join Ronnie in the library, eh? I shan't be long.
Now for a little peace and quiet. Or as they say, I've got a little peace and I hope she keeps quiet. I'll bet in 50 years' time they'll think that's hysterical. People these days are just not ready for sophisticated humor. Now, I've just had the servants in for their Christmas presents. And this year, I've given them all the latest little novelty to while away a few moments at the end of the day's work. It's called a timesheet. Anyway, I thought I'd take this opportunity of wishing you a personal, very happy Christmas. I have to be a bit careful, you know. If I have 3 glasses of wine, the third one goes straight to my head. Well, let's face it, there's nowhere else for it to go. This wine was actually made by my grandfather from an old Russian recipe given to him by an old Russian who copied it out of the Ladies' Weekly Journal. Actually, my grandfather was quite a character when he was alive. After he died, he got a bit run-of-the-mill. During his lifetime, he fought with General Wolfe, Kitchener, Clive of India, Wellington. Just couldn't seem to get along with anybody. And eventually he met an untimely end when he became the first man ever to slide down Mount Everest on a tin tray. And we buried him where he came to rest, just outside Watford. Now we come to the exciting bit, and not a moment too soon. Well, one night, about a week after the old gentleman shuffled off this mortal coil and snuffed it, I was sitting here, getting a cheap thrill out of some of the more erotic chapters of Little Women. God, we're a simple lot. When I heard this burst of high-pitched, unnatural laughter. It gave me a turn, I can tell you, and suddenly, over in the far corner, between the volume I Was Queen Victoria's Batman and a book on Formula 2 sedan chair racing, I saw an operation. Sorry, I saw an apparition. Right. It was the ghost of my grandfather, the new see-through model. And he said, Ron, I am now your fairy grandfather. Right. I suppose he meant it in the nicest possible way. You never can tell, can you? Anyway, he said, I am now your fairy grandfather. He said, I have come to grant you 1 wishes. I said, well, I thought it was always 3 wishes. He said, don't push me. He said, I'm a beginner. Now, he said, something simple. So I said, well, what about a very funny joke I can tell at the Christmas party? He said, listen to this. He said, listen to this. Imagine, if you will, he said, leaning back like that. He said, imagine, if you will, a Roman... I don't know why he did it, because it doesn't make any sense. But he felt like leaning back. He said, imagine, if you will, he said, a Roman galley, and the rows of Christian slaves down below are all rowing away, you know, saying, woe is me, and dear, oh dear, and oy vey. A stowaway. Anyway. Oy vey, a stow. You see? Anyway, well, it wasn't an inaccuracy, anyway, or an apparition. It was a stowaway. Anyway, the big Roman centurion is marching up and down the aisle, lashing them, you know, and shouting, no singing, and you broke your mother's heart, but you won't break mine, and you play ball with me, and I'll play ball with you. And I was in the army with this fellow. He's called away for a few minutes, the big centurion, and the Irish Escape Committee are just getting on with their plan to tunnel through the bottom of the boat. When he comes back and says, slaves, he said, he leaned back a bit as well, actually. He said, slaves, he said, stop rowing, he said, undo your shackles and come up on deck and have a couple of hours kip in the sunshine. So when they get there, they're all lying about the deck, sunbathing themselves. One fellow, one of the slaves, goes up to him and said, "Sir, on behalf of the lads and myself," he said, I'd like to say how much we appreciate this break from our unremitting, back-breaking toil. This is doing us a power of good," he said. So the big centurion said, "I hope so," he said, "because as soon as you get back to work, the skipper wants to start water skiing."
Yes, that's the house, all right. I hope this plan of yours works.
Oh, it's bound to, Chief. All you've got to do is dump me inside the scullery door. I shall be able to listen to all the kitchen staff are talking about. I mean, the culprit obviously had a knowledge of cooking. So I had the sense to steal the turkey before it was stuffed.
Thus making it lighter to carry, you mean?
Exactly. Could always be stuffed later.
Yeah. You reckon it's an inside job, do you?
Stuffing a turkey, do you mean? Oh, yes.
The crime.
Oh, the crime. Oh, well, as soon as you dump me on the scullery floor, I shall be able to get my ear to the ground.
Right. One other thing, why am I wearing the false beard now?
Well, one of us wants to wear a disguise. I mean, it's too risky.
Yeah, but you've been wearing it up to now, haven't you?
Well, it's a waste me wearing it. I'm inside the sack. Nobody can see me.
Oh, no. Right, which way do we go then?
That way. Round the side.
Here. Did you cut that hole in the sack?
Yeah, cut 2 holes for my feet, no.
Oh, pity. I was hoping to shut these blasted pigeons in it when we finished. Go on over.
Look at that fellow. Is it anyone we know?
No, I've never seen him before in my life. He's a nasty-looking customer, what?
I say, you know who it is?
Who?
Well, look at the sack. It's your turkey thief caught red-handed, moving the loot.
The damn swine. I'll soon get him. I only hope to God this damn thing is loaded.
Much nicer than turkey.
I say it was a damn lucky shot, that, wasn't it? Eh?
Nonsense. I could see you were aiming. Certainly saved the day there.
Yes, I say, watch out for rusty nails. That blunderbuss was full.
Well, that looks nice, doesn't it? I wonder where they got these from.
Do you mind if I just have an omelette?
The gentleman with the music career.
Oh, really? Well, ask them to come in.
Gentlemen with what music, hotel?
Those 2 friends of Uncle Richard's written us some songs, and I said we'd try them out on the guests.
Oh, yes, get him in, yes, I shall do.
I'm sorry we're late. Arthur hadn't quite finished the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order to round off the evening, my good friend and myself would like, if we may, to entertain you with a few little ditties which we hope you'll find amusing, written by the 2 young gentlemen over there, who I'm sure have a great future ahead of them. Mr.
Ladies and gentlemen, the songs of Sullivan and Gilbert.
Sullivan Gilbert, that's it.
Hello, how do you do? We are bringing you songs by Sullivan and Gilbert. Hope they're going to fill the bill, but let us not waste time. Let us start the rhyme.
We won't sing anything that is glum.
For this is the season that gives us a reason for drinking and filling our tum.
I must say it's all right for some.
I eat what I like and don't put on a pound.
I like what I eat, that is why I'm so round.
Just keep off the starches.
I've got fallen arches with carrying this lot around. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, are blooming all over the place.
The girls in the chorus that sing tra-la, each one is a beautiful thing, tra-la.
A flower of feminine grace,
a flower of feminine grace.
There's lily and iris and daisy and rose.
There's also sweet William, but he's one of those. But our favorite flower, she blooms by the hour.
At 26 blooms replaced. Take a pair of bloodshot eyes and a nose that's round and red and a set of loose false teeth. Picture 2 gigantic thighs and a pair of knobbly knees with enormous boots beneath. Some men have pretty women to go riding with or swimming or parading round the park. Not for me, those smiles or dimples, it's just bandy legs and pimples. So if I fancy a saunter, I go after dark, take a pair of rubber lips and a pair of lumpy hips and a voice just like a knife, a complexion green as grass. It's a farce, yet alas, that's what I see every day in my looking glass.
One night I met, each one a perfect little pet, popped in the pub for something wet. 3 little maids came too. 3 lemonades I ordered first, that didn't satisfy their thirst. Then I realized the worst, 3 lemonades won't do. They said, let us try champagne. Then they tried it once again. Now we'll try the beer, they said. Then we must be off to bed. Well, 14 pints and 6 gins later, went upstairs for a baked potato. I woke up with the hotel waiter. The 3 little chicks had strayed, 3 little maids unmade.
Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, nonsense, of course you're not fat. But dear little buttercup, lift your left buttercup, you
A shy samurai went to London to buy 2 blankets, 2 sheets and a pillow.
And he married a maiden who first caught his eye at that firm run by Waring and Gillow.
There was never a subject they quarrelled about. Of their love for each other there wasn't a doubt.
Till she wore a low neckline, 'twas then they fell out.
They willow, they willow, they willow. There's a sailor lying drunk and feeling peaky.
Feeling peaky.
In the gutter where the pavement curb he grips.
Curb he grips.
And he cries, my boat, the pinafore is leaky.
For is leaky.
What the Navy needs is more efficient ships.
Fish and chips. When Lord Nelson lay a-dying at Trafalgar.
At Trafalgar.
What did the gallant Captain Hardy do?
Hardy do.
Oh, he kissed his leader sadly on the poop deck.
On the poop deck.
There has never been a fond caress so blue.
So blue.
Now it's Christmas once again.
Peace on earth, goodwill to men.
And, of course, to ladies, too.
They're the ones that see us through. When the relatives all come, aunts and uncles, dads and mum, and the air begins to hum. And it's very Merry Christmas and the same to you. What a very pretty bonfire, looks brand new. Are you comfortable, Derry? Will you take a glass of sherry? It's so nice to see you, Mary. You'll sit down, please do. Are you comfortable, Derry? Will you take a glass of sherry? It's so nice to see you, Mary. You'll sit down, please do. You awake at 5 o'clock
with a belt around the head
from an orange in a sock,
and you wish that you were dead.
Then the children all appear.
What an awful night you've had.
Blow a trumpet in your ear
till they nearly drive you mad.
But no matter what you say, you'll remember Christmas Day in a sentimental way. Oh, they really did it nicely as it should be done. There was such a lot of presents and we all got one. Such seasonable weather, it was nice to be together. Such a very Merry Christmas, oh we did have fun. Such a very Merry Christmas, oh we did have fun. But now let us sing of that patriotic thing that we call an Englishman. A true blue Englishman. Though beset by income taxes, they clutch their Union Jacksies and they wave them where they can. From the Khyber to the Congo, you will find a Pete or Pongo, that intrepid Englishman, that ill-fated, celebrated, underrated, dear old from me.
And it's a Happy New Year from him. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Happy New Year.